You all make your way
Yep.
back to Camp Viridia, and as you do so, you can see the Regius Puer Octavian Lysiniana looks over at all of you. And he's got a questionable look on his face when he sees specifically Lay, who's got a wolf form now. And he also sees that all of you are looking a bit rough from your journey. And he just raises an eyebrow at all of you.
Hello again, sir.
Hello there. I see that you've had an interesting journey. You're down a person and acquired a new pet.
Something like that.
Oh, come on, really?
Does Lay say that in character?
Yes.
The Radius player kind of falls back in his bench and has to stand back up. I'm sorry, a talking wolf.
I was gonna explain it when I told the story of our journey. Hold on a minute.
All right, please. My ears are open. It sounds like an interesting tale. Go.
So last we were here, we asked around the camp searching for any information about those that are missing and the spiders of the area. We found out that the venom from the spiders causes paralysis, and that jewelweed, though rare, can help treat the spider bites. We met with a few of the family members of those that have that have gone missing to get descriptions and souvenirs that they wanted us to note. From asking you guys, we found out that there's elementals to the north and spiders to the east. We started on our journey going straight east, following the tracks of some of the spiders. But then there was a nice, oh so nice rain that kind of washed away our tracks until we made it to the mountain. At top of the mountain, we could see a ways around us and were able to identify what we were pretty sure was the home of the spiders and whatnot. We also made note of a few other things out in the distance, such as a couple of stone columns that had almost like cotton candy look to the town that we were pretty sure that was the home of the spiders, because it was all white and webby and it looked like an abandoned town. And a giant tree further south.
It sounds like you found quite a bit. I will have to see you're properly rewarded for mapping all of this. How confident are you in the markings you have made?
They should be fairly good. At the very least, they'll be good way markers for people trying to find these locations. But there are trails leading to many of these areas that should be true as long as you follow them.
And were these trails you said you made them, or were they already there, or a mix of the two, you think?
A mix of the two is about half and half, but we did mark out the ones that were already there.
Good.
And made sure to make the ones we made secret from the old trail.
Very nice, indeed. Very nice.
Good news or bad news about the people? Oh, sorry.
Please, go ahead. You were the one who organized the expedition, Amaru.
From the top of the mountain, again, we headed towards the village we had surmised was the home of the spiders. when we got there, we started to enter, and the first building that was left had some spiders that were smaller than those that you had described, but still rather large. They were about the size of
A dog, wasn't it?
a dog. And then while we were deciding how to proceed, some more spiders the size of horses, many of them started to appear and stare at us menacingly. We decided that then was not the time, because that seemed like the middle of the nest. And this is just our first venture out here. We decided to head a little bit more southeast away as it was getting close to the not good day that just passed, to seek shelter. On our way to do that, we ran into some interesting spiders that their webbing shocked us. Me and myself and my mount, Jose, almost lost our lives to those. They also floated us into the air. It was all very strange. We managed to defeat those three and were able to extract these, we'll call it the crystals, the 4 crystals from their fangs. They had these instead of like glands. One of them we didn't manage to get those out of, but we have the 3 bundles of webs and the eyepiece with the 4 poison crystals from those spiders.
Very interesting indeed.
Yes, those crystals are fragile. You'll need a gentle hand for them.
And what do they do?
That we do not know yet, but there seems to be ones of different elements.
Not surprising, I suppose. Perhaps we can use them for magical purposes.
I got their carapace.
The man kind of eyes you up and down, like, as a toy?
We did harvest, Lily did harvest a carapace before we left the spiders. Shortly after, we came upon a temple to the moon, where we sought shelter. That didn't end well for us. In our request.
And why did this not end well?
So we asked, it rejected us, it almost killed Lele. We decided to shelter outside, and then the occupants of the temple came outside to talk to us.
Talk to you? They were not hostile monsters then?
No, they spoke a dialect of Roaki, so I was able to understand them.
Survivors, perhaps?
They had dark obsidian skin and pointy ears. Lots of symbols of the moon on their clothing. We were hesitantly allowed entry, but when we had been doing our request, one of us spoke the name of the Dark God, and their punishment for that is generally straight execution.
Let alone before the Forgotten Day.
Yes.
You said, say that again? I think I missed that. What about the Forgotten Day?
Someone spoke the Forgotten name the day before the Forgotten Day.
Oh, I see. And is this a year-round execution or only on this day?
I believe
It's-
year-round, but even more so.
I got us entry basically by saying that we didn't know any better and that we should be able to have a trial. We did so, and we met I'm saying this as what happened to us educationally. Please don't yell at us. We met a moon goddess by the name of Yinwei. That held our trial.
An actual goddess, you say? Not a demigod, as I have heard others say.
So she spoke to us through her priestess, but she described herself as a goddess, not a demigoddess.
And
It sounded like she was the other half of Kietsu, but not like...
the other half of Kisetsu.
Yes, but not lesser than. Like, directly equal, if not better, but I feel like that part was just her opinion.
Sounds heretical to me, but I would have to hear more of this. Normally, I would say any god or goddess claiming such things would be, well, calls for execution, but if she is indeed connected to one of the 10, then perhaps there is more to this.
There was a third moon in the sky when we were in their area.
You say a third moon?
Yes.
A white moon.
Mm-hmm.
Its phase was different than that of
And why can we not see
eyes.
it? It's getting late. I think if it was out there, I would be able to see it. He goes out and looks outside and he goes, oh, indeed, there is one. Fascinating. How did I never notice that before? The others in the room both go out and have a similar reaction, though much more animated than the Reduce player who seems to stay calm to most things.
Wait, so we discovered it. Well, from what they described, the moon goddess said like she's very good at hiding. So maybe that's her way of doing it? Sorry.
How could you hide a moon?
Who knows what these gods can do?
That is true.
I will have to ask around the camp if anyone else has seen it before.
If the moon's are eyes, perhaps she's just opened her eye in this direction.
Maybe so. But why is there only one? Is she one-eyed?
No, I don't believe so. Anyways, the trial that we had led to our companion Lele to be turned into a wolf. Hence the talking wolf.
I see. Interesting. And was this some sort of reward for your submission?
More like alternative punishment?
Oh, that makes more sense.
I called her out on a few things.
You did what?
She was being a bully.
Oh, even I would not be so foolish as to insult a god to their face. There's a difference between long-term plans and, well, finding your god to do the divine work. Maybe you should remember this, and all other guild members should remember this. Just because you find a god does not mean that they are invincible. They can most certainly be defeated one day, but I would not try to pick a fight with them without proper preparation and power. Though I cannot say that I am a particularly divine man yet. I hope to one day be. Did she perhaps know the location of Kisetsu, considering they are linked?
She would not tell us, even if she did know. She stated that the moon was her body, and she was the moon, and the moon was her, and that she walks in the mist tide and can shelter from the dark god, and some other things that were very confusing, but generally along those lines.
I see.
Her and her people absolutely revile the Forgotten One.
Then perhaps they could be allies. If nothing else for the time being.
Shakes head. They. Yeah.
Quiet,
Go ahead.
you. Speak. What is your thoughts on the potential of this allyship?
She very much would. She's very defensive against the land she has claimed since we have left this place.
Do you know where her borders are?
I can give you an estimated approximation, at least of this side. If you sent a small dignitary group to speak with them, to
Yes, we'll have to ask the
iron
guild.
out.
We'll have to ask the guild to do this, I suppose. I shall
Yeah, to
arrange to
iron.
have it done with a proper reward.
Yes. It seemed, aside from the Forgotten One, their main enemies there were also the spiders we face against.
What was the other name they called her?
The Dread Mistress?
Draco kind of stopped you. You were told not to speak that name.
What name? That's a title.
Weren't we told not to speak anything of her outside of that place? To anyone or anything?
You would keep secrets from the guild? And the Empire?
I think it's a name that carries the same weight as the Forgotten One's real name. It should not be spoken. It is a creature who perhaps lives there and serves them.
Wait, this creature serves them? Thought you
Seems
said it was
so.
their enemy.
No, the one I cannot speak of.
Ah, it serves the Forgotten God, then.
Possibly.
Very interesting indeed. Is there anything else you learned of this creature? Its ambitions and territories and strengths?
The spidery one?
Yes, the enemy.
That they have. Some of their minions are there of their own free will, and many of them are spiders or spider-like.
They may
And-
be holding the people taken from this camp.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's possible they're being forced to work for them.
Also, that the main difference between the moon goddess's people and hers is their clothing and the fact that the spider ladies has chains and whips and spider attributes versus the moon people's swords and moon symbols.
So perhaps there's more allies even within their ranks, if we could show them the path forward.
Yes, if someone could sneak in somehow and cause an uprising.
Yes, yes. It sounds like this will require my armies, though. But it is up to you to set the groundwork for such things. And that will start with a mission of diplomacy to these people. Perhaps I will even have you escort one of my men, or even myself. But is there anything else you have to report for today? We can speak of that after you've had your time to rest.
There's also many more spider creatures, other than the ones that have been attacking the camp. Ones that are small and red and very vibrant. I'm sure there's some poisons that are terrible that they carry.
They're very smart.
Yes. Those beetles that shot fire. Some strange, wispy, demonoid creatures.
We collected crystals from one of the beetles and the sprite things also.
Interesting. Well, these are your treasures to keep, assuming you intend to use them to further the guild's businesses.
Can I say something?
Of course. As long as you're not interrupting the others, please.
Sorry, it's just hard to read the room sometimes. It's a new body. From what we know, they're being taken underground. They were nice enough to at least show us some parts of the land that leads to underground. So, yeah, especially the one with the spider legs.
Interesting.
So, yeah, that's the best that we got.
Judah, was it? I think you had something else you wanted to add as well.
No, just the memories of the creatures that spat fire are uncomfortable.
Yes, I can see Lay here has quite a few burns. Looks like your fur will take some time to regrow. Is there anything else then? Or should this conclude our talk and discussion? I will take that as we are done. I will take you to the Waystone and have the map improved. I appreciate your efforts today, and I will, if you give me a bit of time to look over the map and other things, I will see you're properly rewarded for your trailing and mapping and other exploits, in addition to whatever you found on your journeys.
And the spiders.
Yes, we have 3 spider scrolls and then some strange red venomous one. I'm not sure if that's worth anything to you.
I will have to look over them all and speak to my captains, but at the very least, the 3 you have, I can promise, will be rewarded.
Am I still a part of the guild?
That you will have to speak to someone else on. I cannot say anything, but for now, I would say that you should always make sure you are accompanied by another guild member while on Tin's Isle, and do your best not to speak unless necessary.
Okay, can someone write a letter to Raimi? I think she'll help.
I'll leave that to you, and with that, I bid you all a good day. I have much business to take care of.